Windhoek. It's going to be an interesting game. Of course, the Zimbabweans are going to have a bet here, and they have chosen to do that throughout their 3 games here so far. And let's see how it goes today.
Yeah, more. I think they'll be looking again to get off to a good start. So far, they've relied a lot on Chipo Tiripano, and I think a couple of the other top order players need to come to the party. They can't rely on her to score runs every game, although it's not to say she's not going to. But, just the law of averages says that sometime she will get out cheaply, and then the others need to come to the party. So, yeah, I think it's time for a couple of the other batters to really stand up and make a few runs. We saw the same thing on their first game against the Capricorn Eagles, where they also fell probably 15 runs short because they couldn't kick on after she was out.
Yeah, definitely, Trevor. And yesterday, Myers really tried to push along with her, but she couldn't also score at the same strike rate, and eventually also fall. So today they need another player to step up and just push Tiripano a bit more, and could have a good score. And you see Uganda is also not an easy side to play against. Very good bowling side so far. We've seen that from them here.
I just think Myers and Tiripano, what they need to look at. Myers has actually got to just rotate the strike the whole time. Get Tiripano and strike, give her the majority of the deliveries to face. And if she does that, if she's is able to get a single first or second ball she faces, she's also keeping the scoreboard just ticking. And then occasionally she'll get a poor delivery which she'll be able to put away. So she's got to do, I think they're playing as a team there. And I think that's the dynamic that they need, is that she's got to almost be the anchor and just allow Tiripana to chase the runs from ball 1. Tiripano really strong down the ground. I see Uganda have already got a player back on the straight shot, so they've definitely had a look at her, and they know now that that is one of her strong areas. She played a couple of great shots there yesterday afternoon, just past the wickets, so they've got cover for that from ball 1 today.
Well, of course, so far on the table, the Eagles, Capricorn Eagles winning 2 games. Zimbabwe winning 1 game yesterday against the same opponent, the Ugandans. Ugandans need to put something on that table as well. So they're definitely looking for a win here. So they need a good start from their bowlers. Try to create early pressure here and make the Ugandans a bit uncomfortable, and try to see what they can do. So it's going to be interesting, very interesting lineup. And somebody has to put up their hand here for the Ugandans. First ball.
There, so it's Chipo Tiripano will be facing now. Marianne Musonda, captain, coming to join her, will be at the non-strikers end. Down there, playing it over the point area. Should get all the way to the boundary, and it does just get there. 3 ladies chasing it.
Well, good teamwork there, but the ball wins the race. Not as this outfield, not as quick as what we have seen at United, yeah, but
it has quickened up as we've gone along. You can see it's a lot drier now than it was on Thursday, was it? No, sorry, on Wednesday, when we had that first game, Wednesday afternoon. And that's a good comeback, that. Malamikia just short of a length there. She had a lot of anger in that delivery. You could see it looked to be a good yard or 2 quicker than a normal delivery.
The one good thing that the Zimbabweans have done pretty well, Trevor, is they've used the power play. They've played those shots over the circle and picked up a lot of runs doing that, playing that way.
Especially, I think, yeah, these two games against Uganda. Against Namibia, Namibia actually controlled them quite well in the power play. Kept them down to about 27, I think it was. And that's a big wicket, that. That's a big wicket. That's a wicket that Uganda were looking for. Chibo Tiripano. And now the pressure transfers definitely onto the Zimbabwean batters, because Chibo Tiripano has been the mainstay. She's been there for at least half of the innings in both games, when all three games the previous two games they've played. And now yeah, she's out early, and
yeah, definitely puts the challenge up. Someone needs to put their hand up now for the Zimbabwean side and score some runs. And also this definitely will push the confidence of the Ugandan side.
That's right, yeah. Definitely, I mean, Uganda, we've seen them as a bowling unit have been really good. Once they've started taking wickets, they've actually kept the pressure on and continued getting those breakthroughs. They've done it against the Capricorn Eagles and against Zimbabwe yesterday. So yeah, they just seem to be really good at, once they've got the pressure on, keeping the pressure there.
Well, we're going to have an interesting game on our hands today.
So Modesta Mupachikwa is coming to join Marianne Musonda. Marianne Musonda, the captain of the side. She's yet to face a ball. But yeah, we saw Malamikia. She actually came back well off that 4 that was hit over point. A really good ball to drive Tiripana back, and then the next one bowling her. So yeah, great stuff from the Ugandans. And that one down leg called wide. That one looking to move quite a bit. So the Ugandan seamers up front also getting swing with a new ball, which makes it a lot more difficult for the batters.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the Zimbabweans respond here. Definitely Uganda with their tail up, putting on some more pressure here. Quick single there. End of the second over. 16 for the loss of 2. That's 17. 17 for the loss of 2 here.
Yeah, no, just going back to that previous over, Malamikia, after she was hit for that 4, it almost seemed as if she got angry. And we saw her upping her pace, bowling a different length, and all of a sudden she was a real handful for the Zimbabweans. Even that last delivery that she bowled in now, getting a bit of lift.
Well, she's definitely an excellent bowler, Malamikia. Picking up a lot of wickets here in this Capricorn Tri-Series.
And it's powered by Women's Cricket Zone. Thank you to Women's Cricket Zone for bringing the pictures to us wherever we are. And Yepo there again, swinging that one down leg. Called wide by umpire Jeff Luck. And now they've got the right-handers in, so she needs to adjust her line to outside the right-handers off stump. Oh, and that one just past the stumps again. There's been a lot of that against the Ugandan bowling, those little Chinese cuts past the stumps. We saw it yesterday and we've seen it again now. So that's also a sign that they're getting a little bit of movement there. Yeah, and that one, Marianne Busonda, the captain, getting a short delivery, hitting it over mid-on for 6. And maybe it would be wise for them to drop back the long on for her as well. You've seen the Zimbabweans really strong down the ground. When they get length that they can hit down the ground, they're doing it. That one, a really powerful shot. A shot of authority.
Yeah, of course, Zimbabwe is needed today to play more of those shots.
Look at that lovely,
beautiful drive there.
Great straight drive. Textbook stuff. They say that if you want to see a textbook drive, you've got to look at Wolfhard from South Africa. But I think if you look at Marianne Musonda from Zimbabwe, you're also going to get a really decent idea of what a straight drive looks like.
Well, definitely stepping up her game this afternoon. She knows she's got to score some runs for her team today.
Yeah, and here into the third over, the score already 29 for 2. So although there's 2 wickets down, the Zimbabwean run rate is really good up front here. 10 of the first over, they've already scored 10 of this over, of 3 deliveries. And that second over also a boundary and a few singles. Again the wide. That one too far. You see, that's the aggression from Musonda, which has now caused that. She's bowling a little bit wider, and if you go too wide, then you lose that swing into the batsman, cause it to go for wide. So yeah, I think those first 2 shots of the over caused that wide.
And then a better ball there. Well, like you say, Uganda has to keep on picking up wickets if they stand any chance to win this game.
Yeah, look, we saw yesterday as well, Zimbabwe is going to play shots. It's part of T20 cricket is you have to play shots. So they're going to play these shots. You as a bowler have got to keep hitting the right areas. If you get hit for a four, if you're hitting the right areas, you're asking the right questions, you get some days where the wicket is just so that the batsman can play shots and then they're going to score runs. But we've seen enough here now to think that if you're bowling in the right areas, you're definitely going to be getting wickets.
Well, we're going to go for a quick commercial break here.
कितने पैसे चाहिए? पैसा नहीं इज्जत मोहल्ले के चिरकुट लौंडे हरा रहे हैं मैं फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स में आप एक्सपर्ट हो सिखाओ सिखाऊंगा तो जाने दोगे
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें
Mupachikwa there, just getting in behind that one. Modesta Mupachikwa. Okay, now it says Mupachikwa pushing it into the cover point area. Fielder. And a good shot there again from Marianne Musonda. Straight down the ground. You see there, that was really great intent. It was a defensive shot, but it was still played with the intent of being able to get the single. The mid-off and mid-on are standing quite deep. That one pushed a bit more solidly down to mid-off, so no run.
And as you can hear, the Uganda is very loud in the field. Always a busy side.
Yeah, and to me it's amazing the way if the ball gets hit in the direction of one of them, how the rest of them are already supporting. Yeah, again a good ball. So great over there from Malamikia, and see the Ugandans running between overs. Malamikia now got those 2 wickets.
पसीना तो छूटेगा ही, और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है. Fast enough reload for instant hydration and instant energy. Fast enough, feeling so good.
Again, Marianne Musonda there. Playing down to the long off area, 4 runs. Consulate Aweko, the captain, is into the attack. She did really well yesterday, got a few wickets, got the breakthroughs that they needed up front.
Well, she's definitely putting up a hand, the captain, with the ball. Quick single there.
Oh, and that would have been really close. It looks from my angle as if that had been a direct hit, then she would have been gone.
Very good action between bat and ball here, as well as some great fielding.
And the Ugandans have a real confidence in themselves, bowling and fielding. You can see they've spent a lot of time on that aspect of their game. Good run there taken by Zimbabwe. Mupachikwa, she's the wicket keeper. Modesta Mupachikwa. That one again very full, play down to long on. Just the 1 run coming from it. Okay, so after 5 overs, the score now 39 for 2. 39 for 2. Marianne Musonda on 17. Modesta Mupachigwa, she's on 4. Yeah, that one really powerfully struck the mid-wicket. Short of a length. Getting back on the back foot and playing a tremendous pull shot. Chatting to her at the toss, Marianne Musonda actually looked in good spirits, and you can see it in her batting as well. She looks quite at home here today.
Well, she made a mention yesterday of the playing conditions. I didn't understand that much. Is it the weather different here?
Oh, look, the pitch is also probably different from what they used to, but what she did say today was that there's a bit of cloud cover, so it's a nice day. She said it's actually a nice day, lovely weather, and so she's just, I think, enjoying it. She's in a really good space today.
Just into the 5th over, and she's already scored 21 runs. So good stuff from her. The captain of the Zimbabwean side. Quite a tall lady as well.
Yeah, and she uses her height when she's batting. You can see that. She uses her feet, gets out to the ball well. She's been particularly harsh on anything short. That first short delivery, she got the cheat over long on for 6, was a really well played shot off the back foot.
Yeah, we're going to go on a quick commercial break here.
Yeah, looks like the umpires are having a chat there too.
सर्विस है आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करवा देंगे
कल जाने देंगे फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
And yeah, I'm just trying to find out what has happened there. We'll have to ask the scorers what has happened. Marianne Musonda being given out. So we'll try and find out for you what has happened there. Now maybe she stood on a wicket there. I'm just trying to find out what happened. Okay, the wicket been given out for obstructing the field. Now what happened was she played the shot and then she pushed the ball out to the fielders. It's a difficult one, that, but yeah, that's what is in the laws. There was apparently an appeal, and the umpires have to go according to the letter of the law.
Well, you can see how much the Ugandans want to win here. Appealing for something like that doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, it's actually coming from a sort of a traditional background in cricket. Those are the sort of things which one almost frowns upon. I mean, it's happened. I've played in a game before where I was waiting to go in, and the guy played the ball. It was lying stationary in front of him. He picked it up and threw it to a fielder, and they appealed, and he was given out. That obviously just gave me more drive to stay in and not get out. So it's about I suppose it's about how you handle it at the end as a team and as a player. It's in the laws of the game, so you've got to be aware of that and not get yourself into situations, I suppose, where you could be given out in that way.
So after 6 overs, 43 with a loss of 3.
Also in the 40s. But then, of course, at that stage, they hadn't lost more than 1 wicket, although I think they lost the wicket only after the power play yesterday. Well, Bachikwa playing that powerfully into the cover point area. Well fielded, no runs. So Janet Mbabazi is bowling now into her first over. Oh, that struck powerfully down the ground to wide, long off. And they've turned for 2. Well run. Getting in safely there.
Definitely these two are going to be key for the Zimbabweans here. Myers also a very good player. We have seen play some very good shots here in the previous games.
Shanae Myers. So no. Okay, straight down the ground there. Again, the single.
Well, the good thing of what the Zimbabweans are doing well here is they keep on scoring runs, scoring those singles, not accumulating too many dot balls, as much as they have lost 3 wickets so far.
Yeah, I think they're yesterday as well. They were going along really well. Now 7 overs, 47 for 3. Okay, we're going to have a look at that wicket of Marianne Musonda, yeah. The ball is bowled. She plays it down. And then she just plays it out there now. As a batsman, you are allowed to protect your wicket with your bat. So I would say that is, yeah, I don't know. There's been an appeal. The 2 umpires have conferred and have given her out, but that ball was still bouncing and moving. And as far as my knowledge of the laws go, and I may be incorrect, maybe it's changed since I played, but as far as my knowledge of the laws go, you see that ball is still moving, and she just played it away. She didn't look to play it to make a run. She just looked to play it away because it was moving and to protect her wicket. So I would, yeah, I probably would be a bit upset if I was her. But, you know, we don't know what was said, why the appeal came.
Well, of course, the players will always take their chances with appealing. It's up to the umpires to have a look, and
that is the big thing. The umpires have to adjudicate on what is asked of them by the players. If a player appeals, the umpire has to make a decision, whether it be not out, whatever it is. If they've got to refer, but eventually they have to get the decision of either out or not out.
But then again, Trevor, it's also within the rights for the players to appeal. So
look, that's what I'm saying. It is within the rights, but I'm just looking at that there. That ball was bowled and she played a shot. It was still bouncing and she tapped it away. She's allowed to, with her bat, protect her wickets, keep the ball away from the wickets. As long as she's not interfering with the field, which she didn't interfere with the field there. There was no fielders in close. That ball was still moving. She's within her rights to move it away from her wickets. She didn't try and take a run of that. That is the other thing. If you hit a ball twice, trying to take a run, that is then you can be given out. So I think she was protecting her wickets, and but let's not. We've got a game of cricket on our hands, so let's not
run our chance there.
Yeah. Let's not stick too long now on that one. Obviously, we're going to have a few questions asked about it, and there's going to be a few things said about it, and it would be interesting to see exactly what the laws say about that. In fact, what I'm going to do is at the break, I'm going to Google it a little bit and see what umpire Google has to say about it.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Thank you, Trevor.
Rupachikwa there, good looking cut. Down to third man, through for the single. You see, and I think the whole thing there's always a thing of intent, and that I'm harping on it, but you are allowed to protect your wickets, and I think that was the first thing that she was doing. That ball was still moving, it was still bouncing. She's allowed to protect her wicket. You're allowed to protect your wicket with the bat in your hand. You're not allowed to take your hand off your bat and then knock it away from the wickets, but you're allowed to do it with your bat, and you're allowed to kick the ball away.
Oh, we're going to go for a commercial break here.
मारती जी, फैंटेसी अखाड़ा में विदेश जाने का भी चांस है।
अब सुनो, हम आपको जाने देंगे।
इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फौरन कैसे जाएंगे।
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का
असली अखाड़ा
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
We continue here. And that's a wicket there. Bowled.
Yeah, so Mupachikwa now out bowled. From the north. Yeah, let's have a look there. You see this from the side on. Yeah, we see that bail just coming off there.
And that brings our score to 49 for the loss of 4. Gonna go for a quick commercial break.
छूटेगा ही और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है फास्ट इनफ रीलोड फॉर इंस्टेंट हाइड्रेशन एंड इंस्टेंट एनर्जी
Back to the cricket. Nkomo there, coming into bat for the Zimbabweans. And definitely at this moment, the Ugandans with their tail up. The Zimbabweans need to rebuild. Still a lot of cricket to be played here. And Yopo continues to cause some trouble for the batters here. She falls there, almost running over her wickets. That could have been another strange wicket there. Nine overs gone. 50 for the loss of 4. So the Ugandans definitely deciding to pull it back here. A chance there, and it's dropped. So Maya's lucky there, being dropped there. Looks to be 2 here. They're going to take the second one. Hesitation. They go for it. Not the best of throws. But good 2 runs there.
Okay,
This game definitely heating up.
9.4 overs, 54 for 4. You see, that is the other thing. One doesn't know.
The one called wide by the umpires. Well, Mbabazi continues here. .97 for 4. Good shot there. Are they going to go for 2 or just 1? Good fielding here. We're just picking up some singles here. Maya's doing very well as well. These two just keeping the scoreboard ticking. Trevor, from what you've seen from the betting of the Ugandans so far, what would be a good score for them to defend here?
For Zimbabwe to defend.
For Uganda to defend?
No, look, Zimbabwe's obviously got to set a total, so you're saying what is a good score for them to restrict Zimbabwe to at the end of the day?
Yes.
Zimbabwe will be defending a total, but they've got to, okay. I don't know, look, it still looks at the 4 wickets down, but Zimbabwe, these two can bat. Myers has already been dropped, so maybe it's her day. That one called wide. I reckon 120, Uganda have shown they're going to struggle to chase 100 unless they make a few changes to the way they go about it. I reckon if Zimbabwe gets up to 120, they should feel fairly comfortable.
But yeah, but the question I'm asking is, what can Uganda chase down here? What score can they chase?
Well, after looking at the previous two games, somewhere in the 90s.
And it's going to be quite difficult to restrict the Zimbabwean side to score below 100 today.
Yeah, and what I've also seen is this: the wicket is a little bit, those patches with grass, and I do seem to be doing something just a little bit more. Not as if it's bouncing over your head or something. It's just doing something more, and it might mean that they'll get a lower total. But there's definitely been one or two deliveries that have done something different.
And like you said yesterday, if the Ugandans do improve in terms of picking up those singles, they could chase down a 120.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, and that's it. But then one or two of them have got to get in and stay in up front, and I think need a decent partnership, which they haven't had until now. They've gone in and they've all looked to play big shots and got themselves out a lot of the time in that way. So yeah, if they go in and approach it differently, I think they should be. They could quite possibly chase down 115, 120. Zimbabwe have also got a fairly decent bowling attack.
I will see some good bowling from Zimbabwe as well. Continuing here is Ankitang. Good shot there. Myers just playing with the field there, picking up 2 more runs. And what the Zimbabweans have done the last 2 overs is they've just picked up those 2s. Keep the scoreboard ticking there. 66 now.
Yeah, and that's all they need to do. If they're just taking those 1s and 2s, where we're over the 11s, 8 overs left after this one. 5 and over is 40. So if you add 40 onto that, we're looking already at 106. Now one would imagine that if they keep wickets in hand, they're going to go at a bit more than 5 and over. So yeah, I think they still realistically can get to the 120 there, just by batting properly.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any big shots played by these two, just playing the field pretty well. Looking for singles, trying to get 2 somewhere.
Josephine Nkomo there with Myers. Looking to hit that down the ground, straight back to the bowler. Seraki Teng also asking a couple of questions there.
As we have seen, spinners have continued on this wicket to dry out the runs.
And I think what Uganda have done well is they've worked out what sort of field placings they need for their spinners, and they've got fielders in strategic places, cutting off the singles.
We're going to go for a quick commercial break.
महारथी जी, फैंटेसी अखाड़ा में विदेश जाने का भी चांस है।
अब सुनो,
हम आपको जाने देंगे।
इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फौरन कैसे जाएंगे। फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
And that's it, strongly straight down the ground.
Good shot there by Myers.
You know, when you see Myers at the crease, she actually looks strong at the crease.
She's a very strong player, but at the same time, Trevor, she plays very intelligent cricket. You could see how she just plays the ones and twos. Anything in her zone, she goes for it.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't an uncontrolled swing of the bat. It was just well punched down the ground. That one backward of point for the single. So this over, it's a 4 and a single, which is also good cricket. You know, you can often you hit a boundary and you're looking for a second boundary. Consulate Weka doing her own fielding there. And again, good fielding. You know, there we see it again. The Uganda just having those fielders in the right places for their spinners.
Doing very well here. 3 dot balls in a row. Just need to close this one out.
So it looks like Nkomo is now starting to look to be pushing and taking singles. She must just be careful. She doesn't want to run Myers out. Myers is the one player I think they've still got there that can hit the ball fairly powerfully, and I think they need her to bat as long as possible.
Well, if this two, there's still 7 more overs to go, so this two can stay together for at least 4 overs or so. I think even 130 might be something that they can reach.
Look, 72 for 4 already. And again, struck powerfully down the ground by Myers. They just get through for the single, so good fielding down there. That we've seen. I think Myers in the previous games was maybe looking to overhit the ball, and we've seen her now since she was dropped out at mid-wicket. Has actually turned that down, and she's just stroking it nicely. See there again, Nkomo just looking to push it and run. Myers allowed no.
And it's also good to see that now that Tiripano is out, other players stepping up and playing some shots and getting some runs.
Oh.
That one dropped. So Akitank creating some chances here.
So now both of these batters have been dropped. That's a good looking shot. Yeah, over extra cover, 4 runs. Yeah, that was to me almost the shot of the game so far. She got the line and length, the width, and just hit it straight through the line, straight down the line, really powerfully.
Trevor, I'll still go for the drive from Musonda.
Yeah, obviously that was also a good shot, but just the way that this last one was played to me was really good. Yeah, I think both of those shots, Musonda's drive down the ground, also a great drive, but they were both really good cricket shots. And it just shows you can score runs in T20s by playing good cricket shots.
No, definitely. And the lady showing us here how it's done. It's the Capricorn Women's Tri-Series. Uganda, Namibia, as well as Zimbabwe. The Capricorn Eagles, Namibian ladies, they have won their first 2 games. Zimbabwe has won 1 and lost 1. Uganda has so far lost 2 games. And this is their 3rd game. They need to win this one.
And that one just played back, dab down. The 3rd man get through for the single. So Nkomo really, she looks like she's going to be nudging a bit. Looking to take those singles. So I would imagine tomorrow morning will be the Capricorn Eagles versus Uganda again. This game obviously would have been played on Wednesday morning, and then it was postponed to this afternoon. Yeah, again, a good-looking shot, cut off at the mid-wicket boundary. And well run 2 there. Nkomo getting back quite easily for the 2nd. So after 15 overs, 80 for 4, Zimbabwe. 5 overs to go, so definitely that 110, 120 still on the cards. And if they keep these wickets intact and have a bit of a push on the last 3-4 overs, then 120, probably 125 possible.
Well, Ugandan bowlers have to really try to keep it tight here. Give their batter something to bat at.
I think maybe what's happened here today with Zimbabwe is because they've lost those couple of early wickets. Tiripana has been their main run scorer. The other batters coming in later have actually had to come in and play a different kind of game, where I think yesterday maybe they had that platform and they felt like they had to go and chase it, and by chasing it gave away a couple of easy wickets. So they're definitely playing a different kind of a game here, and yeah, maybe so they definitely, these two stepping up. The other batters, Mary and Musonda, was playing a different sort of a game today. She was playing a more powerful game today, where the previous games we've seen her sort of playing a second fiddle role to Tiripano. Well played again down the ground. The on drive.
And so far, a decent partnership between these two. They are both in now. They've both faced more than 25 balls, so it's time for them to get going.
And Nkomo used her feet well there. That last shot got down to the pitch of the ball, played it straight down the field. And that was well hit, and I think it's gone all the way. Yeah. So there, Maya's showing her strength. Also, just almost a short arm sort of a punch over the wide mid-wicket area. And that one now straight down the ground to long on. The consulate worker down there, the captain, looks like, who was doing that fielding.
So 9 runs from that over. Definitely the Zimbabweans are picking it up. Let's go for a commercial break.
छूटेगा ही और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है फास्ट इनफ रीलोड फॉर इंस्टेंट हाइड्रेशन एंड इंस्टेंट एनर्जी
Myers takes a good drive there just for single, and of course now the Zimbabweans into the 90s, 92.
Babazi again, the bowler here from the city end, Janet and Babazi. Como looking to run that down fine past the keeper, not making contact. Yeah, I think that's an effective shot if she gets it right, because there is a decent gap there. They should get at least a single. That one left alone and called wide by umpire Jeff Luck.
And suddenly we can see the wickets are drying out and the Ugandans are feeling the pressure now. Very good shot.
Hit powerfully, and it should, yeah, goes all the way, splitting the two fielders out here on the long boundary. And it just looks like a little bit of energy has gone out of the Ugandan fielding. They're not as loud as what they were earlier.
And that's probably Trevor looking at what they couldn't chase in the previous 2 games. And already it's now 98.
Yeah, 98, and there's going to be quite a few more here today, it looks like. See, that is the thing. You want to get the last few overs with at least one in batsman who can just continue. They've got 2 in batters, and both in batters are actually scoring runs now. Again, we see that short arm jab by Myers.
Another powerful shot there for 6 more.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nkomo also showing that she's got a bit of power there. And what we've seen again, a really good cricket shot. Getting to the pitch of the ball, used her feet well, got to the pitch of the ball and just swinging through the line over the long on boundary. Probably a bit straighter than long on, but just to the onside of the stumps. And all of a sudden, yeah, another good over.
So that brings our score to 105 for 4. And 4 more overs to go. So now we're looking at 120, 130, 3 more overs to go. So maybe 125, 130 here, possible.
Because even now we just use that 5 runs to the overs already up to 120. So yeah, they'll probably be thinking more in terms of 130 now, I would imagine. Probably about 7 runs to the over, 8 runs to the over would get them up to the 130 mark.
And of course with 2 in batsmen here, 2 in batters, trouble for the Ugandans. So Akitang to bowl. It's not Akitang.
Yeah, that's a big shot. Again, going all the way for 6. Has it gone for 4? Okay, sorry, bounce just short of the boundary. I thought I saw umpire Jeff Luck signaling had gone over, but yeah, gone for 4. Bouncing just short. And there, Maya's really showing. She's in these last couple of overs showed that strength. She's using that short arm, the right hand coming into it as she hits the ball, and some powerful hitting.
And immediately the ball under pressure here.
Now that one straight to the fielder at point. So that's Fiona Kulume, the bowler. There could have been a mix-up, obviously losing her footing. I hope she didn't get injured. Looks like she hit that ball onto her foot.
Well, a good game of cricket here. And obviously also lovely weather today. Tomorrow morning we've got the Capricorn Eagles up against the Zimbabweans, the first game. And in the afternoon we're going to have the Capricorn Eagles again playing Uganda. So come make a turn here at CCD Cricket Grounds in Pioneers Park, Windhoek. Now come have fun with us, come watch the cricket.
Yeah, there's some lovely shade here, a couple of nice bright spots. Bring your Weber with if you that way inclined, and enjoy making something in the Weber. And of course the commentators never say no to a nice snack around lunchtime. We're only joking. We're all watching our figures.
Trevor, I need that meat. I need that protein.
Yeah, you have protein for breakfast, Amor. When it comes to lunch, then you start mixing a bit of carbohydrates into the diet. And then a lot of people, especially at cricket on a Saturday, will be into the carbohydrates from about 10 in the morning.
We're going to go for a quick commercial break.
पसीना तो छूटेगा ही, और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है, फास्ट एनफ रीलोड for instant hydration and instant energy.
So good.
Yeah, it looks like she'll be all right.
कितने पैसे चाहिए?
They're putting a pad on again. Yeah, that's really sore onto the inner shin, onto the inner calf there. If you hit the ball, which is especially when you hit the ball as hard as she does. If that's straight onto your calf, onto the inner shin, then you definitely feel it. And I think tomorrow she'll be feeling that. But they also quite fit, do a lot of strength and conditioning with a bit of ice and some treatment this evening. I think tomorrow it'll be a lot better.
इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फौरन कैसे जाएंगे। फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
And the son-in-law still has the upper hand there, Amor. I wonder if he's going on that trip. I see he can win a trip. I think by Tuesday we should find out what's happening with that story. Yeah, it's the Capricorn Women's Tri-Series. Capricorn Eagles, Zimbabwe and Uganda engaged in battle here. Today Zimbabwe and Uganda. Zimbabwe 109 for 4 of 17.3 overs. Now Maya's looking to play that square, playing and missing.
So a boundary and so far 3 dot balls in this over. Definitely Zimbabwe looking for another boundary here.
Now that hits straight to the fielder. Good fielding. And eventually they do get through for the run. Maya still feeling that blow to her leg, but getting through quite safely there. So good fielding, good throw. And just shows by Nkomo definitely in there. But by good cricket sometimes it just costs you a run. No. Yeah, and that of the leg. Quick single. So leg by, or did she get bat on that? Looks like it was given as a run. So 6 of that over, 111 for 4. 2 overs to go. Oh, so definitely still 120 would be minimum that Zimbabwe, I think, would be happy with here. And now with 2 overs to go, at about 8 to the over, it would take them up to 127. So yeah, mid 120s I think is still a distinct possibility, and if there's a good couple of boundaries, then 130 on the cards. So 112 now for 4, 11 deliveries to go.
Yes, Trevor, maybe another 15 to 20 more runs here.
That up
There's
in
a
the
chance.
air. Is it going to be a chance? And that is taken. So yeah, Myers losing a wicket, definitely for the cause there. 112 for 5. Just getting a little bit too much under that. Too much elevation on it, but yeah, good knock there by Myers. Shane Myers 36 from 37. Definitely keeping the scoreboard going.
No, definitely contributing for our side here. And the Empire just showing the Ugandans that they gotta get a move on.
Yeah, the batters obviously are waiting for them, so and play should be continuous. There shouldn't be a break in play for drinking water and that. When the batter is there, you've got to be ready to continue. That one's powerfully struck into that same gap again, just wide of the stumps. So very straight, long on. That Nkomo doing the hitting there, 116 now for 5. 18.3 overs. So 9 deliveries left. The runner ball would be 125. Let's see what she does now. And now she's targeting this gap at wide mid-wicket. Another boundary, 120 now for 5, 18.4 overs. So they've got to that 120, 130, the next target they'll be looking at.
Obviously very risky to have a spinner bowling this time, especially when there's a batter that's in.
I think the thing is, the spinners have been quite effective until now in most games. Oh, that one
very
well
cheeky
played.
there.
Run it down. And she turns down the second. So 121 for 5. 18.5 overs, sorry. Changed to 50 over mode there at one stage. 18.5 overs, so 7 deliveries left. And it's Precious Marangi. Precious Marangi now to face here, left-hander. It'll be interesting to see what she does, whether she's going to play this one out and let Nkomo face at the other end. Yeah, and that's exactly what she does. So rather give Nkomo an over to face than take the single and waste some deliveries.
Very good play there. After 19 overs, 121 runs for 5.
Yeah, so
Gonna go for a quick commercial break here.
कितने पैसे चाहिए?
पैसा नहीं इज्जत मोहल्ले के चिरकुट लौंडे हरा रहे हैं फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स में आप एक्सपर्ट हो सिखाओ
सिखाऊंगा तो जाने दोगे?
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें
Final over here.
powerfully hit down the ground. It'll only be the single.
Well, I see a quick single coming here. Maybe a possible run out. It's that time of the game. Trying to get as many runs as you can.
Yeah, well,
And pressure.
she's got two choices. Either she looks to take the single or she's going to go. She went for the latter one of having a big swing.
Another dot ball.
No,
Good
so
stuff by the
far
Ugandans.
A good over this for Uganda. Only one run from it. And that's what I say. She just needs to look to get her bat on the ball and run. push it out into the gap in the covers. Take your chances. And that one off a hip, given leg buys, and now it gives Nkomo 2 deliveries in which to do something.
Well, Uganda will be fairly happy with this score here so far. I think it's something that they can defend here.
Yeah, and they'll come back for 2. And getting back quite easily for the 2. So now 125 on the board. So Nkomo, she's shown that she can hit the ball powerfully. Oh, and that goes through. Probably going to get another 2 runs here. Yeah, so at the end of the 20 overs, Zimbabwe 127 for 5, which I think is a fairly decent achievement after they were, they lost those couple of wickets early on and were 3 down at around 50. But since then they've gone on, they've kicked on and scored 127 for 5. And if history is anything to go by, then it should be enough for them to defend. But one never knows. Cricket is a funny game. It's a different pitch.
Different
game.
Uganda just needs to just play more patient cricket. They try to play what we have seen here today, play more cricket shots than swinging the bat at the ball. And just be patient. Just not lose too many early wickets and give themselves time to have a chance to win this game.
That's exactly what Myers and Nkomo did. They actually just were taking those 1s and 2s, and they got their partnership going, and that set them up to have a really decent go of those sort of last 5-6 overs. They really pushed that run rate along. At one stage they were looking to get 110 maybe. They pushed it up to 127.
Yeah, great stuff here by the 2 sides. We're going to take a break. On the other side, we'll see Uganda batting. Well, we're back to the cricket here. It's the Capricorn Women's Tri-Series. Namibia, the Capricorn Eagles, Uganda as well as Zimbabwe. This afternoon's game is Zimbabwe playing against Uganda. Zimbabwe scored 127 runs and Uganda need to score 128 here to win. Welcome here to the CCD Cricket Grounds in Pioneers Park, Windhoek.
So Francisca Chipare bowling from the Baines end, southern end of the ground. That first delivery was veering off down leg, a full delivery, top edge. Fell in no man's land and they're off the mark with a single of ball one.
Well, Trevor, runner ball gives you 120 runs.
Yeah, so they need to touch over that. That played out into that gap there, taking the single. You see, and that just shows there is space out on the field, so utilize that space, get your singles. And by taking singles, you're obviously putting pressure onto the fielding side. That ball through the covers, they turn for two and get through. So now 4 runs off the first 3 deliveries. Francisca Chipara. We see a change in field now. The captain, Marianne Musonda, coming into the cover point area. So they're strengthening that area. Yeah, and that a good delivery.
Mushangwe there doing the fielding. They had a good laugh there.
Yeah, losing her footing. We watch that again. Yeah, falling over, and that one too straight, played down to backward of square on the leg. 4 runs. Awino, the wicket keeper, so 8 of that first over for the Ugandans.
Well, Trevor, a good start for them. 8 runs, but especially them not losing a wicket. That's the important thing here. They need to keep this 2 going.
Yeah, obviously, you can see they've got a little bit of intent. Taking the singles. That last delivery, straying a little bit too straight, and again they played out into the mid-wicket area. No run.
End of the over. 8 runs without a loss here.
So Josephine Nkomo, who was there at the end with the bat, will be opening from the city end. And we see Musonda going into first slip. Probably about a slip and a half there, maybe second slip. That'll be leg buys. Umpire Luck testing his balance there. Maybe the scorers delayed pressing the button until he'd got his balance right. Pushed into the covers again, no run.
Well, of course, the pitch is brought to you by TV2 Namibia. Great stuff by them.
Yeah, powered by Women's Creek Zone. Women's Creek Zone powering this for us.
It's the Capricorn Tri-Series. And it's looking good here.
Yeah, on the CCD grounds, really a lovely picture, yeah. Really nice ground to be at. Lovely palm trees to the west. And again down there on the knee, playing that out to the leg side.
Good fielding there, Marangi. Well, that one given wide.
Yeah, bouncer.
And we have not seen a lot of those here.
No, but there is that bit of grass in the middle of the wicket, and it does tend to, if it gets in there, bounce a little bit more. That one called no ball. So for the front foot.
A chance to hit one out of the park. Let loose here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what tactics she uses. We've seen she can bowl the bouncer, whether she will go to that one. Yeah, that one well bowled. Went for the full delivery. So, after 2 overs, 12 without loss. 4 runs coming from that over, including a wide and a no ball, so decent stuff in between.
Yeah, great stuff from Nkomo. Good. I'm not sure, Trevor, but I think it's the first game she's playing.
Yeah, I don't recall her having played or bowled, and she actually batted quite well when she came in. She looked just to sort of nudge it a little bit in the first couple of overs she was there, but after that played some really powerful strokes and showed that she can play a bit.
Chipare to continue.
Yeah, Francisca Chipara, number 19 on her back. Nice slingy action.
Looks like something was said there by the captain of Zimbabwe to the batter. Having some fun there, the ladies. Okay. She probably said, I'm going to run you out.
Yeah, no, there's... yeah, you can just feel it. There's a little bit of needle now in this game. There's nothing wrong with a bit of needle. Just needn't get out of hand.
Wachipare doing quite well here. Four dots so far. Sure, there's two available here. A bit hesitant, but take the second one as well.
And you can see the Zimbabwean fielders putting everything in here. Full effort. So they're definitely motivated for this.
Now, of course, Trevor, Zimbabwe, the most experienced side here. They really want to win this tri-series. And they know that the Eagles are waiting for them as well.
Yeah, but also, you know, you can just see that the Capricorn Eagles, Uganda as well, are definitely have closed that gap between themselves and Zimbabwe. And that one, she seems to fancy that shot, just getting down and turning it down on the leg side. We know, I've seen her playing that a couple of times, so she just gets down on one knee, turns it to the leg side. It's normally a shot you would associate with a little bit later on in the innings, but she's using it to good effect at this stage. I think she just needs to watch out. The track is maybe just skidding on a little bit.
Well, Trevor, I think the Ugandans will be happy, especially not losing a wicket here so far. 15 runs into their fourth over. And they have played much better, also picking up those singles here.
That's right, yeah. I mean, yesterday they were way after 6 overs. Not really many runs on the board. Yeah, and that one played powerfully. Out to mid-wicket. It's not going to go all the way. It'll go for 2. Zimbabweans chasing that down. Marange. Yeah, we know, actually looking quite competent today.
Well, we saw in the when the Ugandans were bowling that they really want to get a win here somehow.
Yeah, that one mishit. Probably lucky it was just mishit, otherwise it would have carried to Marange. Yeah, good stuff there from Nkomo. We've definitely seen the last two overs, the Zimbabwean bowlers hitting their straps and bowling the ball. They're not just putting it there, they're bowling and bowling a decent line and length. And that one given out, yeah, I was waiting, well, we were talking about that, just skidding on a little bit, getting in front of a wicket and trying to turn it down on the leg side. Obviously, if you can play it fine, it's a boundary, but that one missing out and LBW. Probably played it just once too many, I think, yeah, up front. It's a shot you, as I said earlier, associate more with the later overs.
She got a few runs from it, but now she has to go. We're going to go for a commercial break now.
मारुति जी, फैंटेसी अखाड़ा में विदेश जाने का भी चांस है। अब सुनो, हम आपको जाने देंगे। इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फॉरेन कैसे जाएंगे।
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
पसीना तो छूटेगा ही और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है। फास्ट इनफ रीलोड फॉर इंस्टेंट हाइड्रेशन एंड इंस्टेंट एनर्जी।
So good.
So Leona Babire, the new batsman. She's Mbabazi joining Babire in the middle.
Well, she played a few shots yesterday. She actually scored the most runs for the Ugandans yesterday, so let's see what she has to offer today.
So we've got a change in bowling here. And that the second wicket, so 3 deliveries, 2 wickets, and both openers now back in the hut after a fairly decent start, both losing their wickets. So very similar to the Zimbabwean innings, except that Zimbabwe had probably scored quite a few more runs at this stage.
Yeah, definitely bringing in their strike bowler, Michelle Mavanga, and she picked up a few wickets against the Eagles, and definitely yesterday we saw she's got a very, very good economy as well.
Yeah,
so a very good bowler.
Watching her warming up as well before the time, and yeah, really nice action. Yeah, Michelle Mavanga.
Well, she's got very good lines and length, makes it very difficult for the batters to score against her.
And also has a very good seam when she's bowling. Really nice seam position. So Rita Musamali. We see her standing a foot outside of her crease. Oh, and that one getting through, going all the way to the boundary. Probably a bit lucky there. Let's have a look at that again. No, just the line.
No, definitely.
Yeah, getting through there. Just getting that little inside edge. So that was probably heading towards her leg stump, the inside edge saving her.
Babazi, she definitely played some shots. I guess you can call her a type of an all-rounder. She does pick up a lot of wickets, and she's very handy with the bat as well. At least 2 more runs here. That's 4 runs. So good start here. So 29 for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Rita Musamali there. Playing across that one. Appeal for LBW, but not out. Precious Marangi. So again we see the spinners coming into the game. Oh, and that one just gripping a little bit. Almost like a top spinner.
Well, it's been spin and win here. Let's see what the spinners can do. Marange.
Yeah, and it's definitely noisy to our left here, where both teams are sitting. That one given not out. I'd like to have a look at that one again. Probably going down leg. It'll be good.
More importantly, 5 dots here.
I'm looking at that LBW again there. So it was 6 dots in the over. The LBW also maybe being adjudged just to be going down leg. We have a look at it again. Yeah, probably hitting on leg stump, still had to go away, so being adjudged to be going down. Give that one to the umpire. Maybe it would have been umpire's call if there had been referrals.
Yeah, definitely, and a better power play for the Ugandans here in terms of what they've put on the board, 29 for the loss of 2.
Oh, that one played down the ground. Musonda doing the fielding. Good throw, hitting the stumps at the keeper's end. And there's Mushangwe. So the Zimbabweans now into their spin from both ends.
And this is the time that the Ugandans need to be very patient and try just to look for those singles, because as we have seen, the Zimbabwe having very experienced spinners, very accurate spinners.
Yeah, that one full and driven to mid-on. Good fielding. Looks like the captain there.
That is played on. Another wicket falls. So 3 down for 30 runs.
Mushangwe comes into the attack and gets a wicket played on. So Naomi Kayondo now out to the middle, batting at number 5. So Mushangwe, 3 deliveries, 1 for 1. Oh, and that one beating everything.
That's what we have seen here. Once the spinners come in, it's trouble in paradise.
And that one played uppishly, evading the fielders. Oh, and that looks like an edge. Trying to grab it on the second attempt. Mupachikwa. Those are difficult when you're standing up and there's an edge. It often will tend to hit you on the ball of your hand or on your fingers, bounce out.
Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9:30, big game. The Capricorn Eagles be playing Zimbabwe. So this ladies will be playing the Capricorn Eagles tomorrow morning. That's going to be a big game here.
No, obviously they'll be playing for a top spot on the log. Zimbabwe have now played one more game than the Capricorn Eagles after today. That one being shown leg bias by umpire Jeff Luck. Being lucky there, getting away with that one just by hitting the pad, otherwise would have been wide.
Precious Morange. She is definitely being a difficult bowler to get away.
Yeah, the Zimbabwean spinner is definitely getting a bit of movement, doing something with the ball. Two. Yeah, again there, just cramping them. Cramping Kayondo for space. Just digging it out into the cover area again. Bit of a change. Just for that field change, and she obviously changed her line.
Well, Trevor, the player I don't see here fielding for Zimbabwe is Myers.
Yeah, she obviously got that knock on her leg. Probably getting treatment on that. It'll be good for her to get some ice on it. Get her treated, get her fit for tomorrow. I think Zimbabwe will be looking at her as a crucial part of their batting against the Capricorn Eagles.
कितने पैसे चाहिए?
पैसा नहीं इज्जत मोहल्ले के चिरकुट लौंडे हरा रहे हैं मैं फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स में आप एक्सपर्ट हो सिखाओ
सिखाऊंगा तो जाने दोगे?
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें
And as you can see there, Mushangwe to continue.
So Mushangwe getting a hand on that, doing a decent fielding from her own bowling. That one buys, beating everything, everybody. So definitely something in it for the Zimbabwean spinners here this afternoon. We're seeing things happening off the wicket.
Well, Uganda has to definitely make sure they don't lose another wicket here. That's what they have to do if they want to win this one. It's their third game, no wins so far. Lost one against the Capricorn Eagles and one against Zimbabwe already.
Yeah, and it is not as if they were outplayed in either of those games. They were in it right till the end.
And definitely boundaries drying up here. Into the 9th over.
Yeah, look at that again. A lot of bounce of that one. So she's bowling, you know, often a wrist spinner gets a lot of top spin on it and you'll see extra bounce. That one turned around the corner. Is going to go all the way. I just picked up there.
Two more runs.
That's Tiripana down there doing the fielding. Unfortunately for her, she didn't continue a good form and make runs today, but the rest of the team backing her up. That was a good strike down the ground, straight down the ground, 4 runs.
And there comes that long-awaited boundary.
Kayondo.
And that brings up 42 runs. Loss of 3 wickets.
Yeah, that's after 9 overs. So 9 overs, 42 for 3. The required run rate is almost at 8 now.
And another change in bowling. That brings Piri into the attack. Spin continues here.
Lauren Piri.
Piri definitely bowled much better yesterday afternoon against the same side here. Needs to continue that form.
Now that one a bit short, but staying low and not really giving an opportunity to loosen the arms and play it out to the boundary. And now we see the Piri with that stagger in a run-up. Looks like a soccer player taking a penalty.
Full toss. Lucky to get away with that one, just a single.
I think with that run-up, Piri needs to obviously get into a rhythm, and you know it's very much a rhythm thing as a bowler. And sometimes when you just got a little stutter in your run-up like that, it can take you a couple of balls to really get into it. And that one again, a good delivery, just short of a length, gripping a bit in the surface.
Trevor, what the Zimbabweans have done pretty well here is they have kept they've just bowled one bowler and kept out Mababaza from batting. 15 from 12 balls so far. The past 2 overs, he hasn't had much chance to be batting. Ah, what a catch!
Oh, what a great catch! Nkomo! So Nkomo not only scoring runs at the end, but that was a great catch. And who was this coming around from mid-wicket also did well to just leave the ball, give her room. But Nkomo, yeah, that was the thing that superheroes are made of.
Definitely great catch.
Yeah, and that was worth the swamping that she got from her teammates.
And Musangwe was the one that just left it for her to take it. So good over here. 3 dots, 1 run and a wicket.
Yeah, definitely some great cricket on display again. And really, anyone that's in Windhoek, you enjoy your cricket, come down to the CCD grounds in Pioneers Park. Tomorrow is going to be a festival, an absolute festival, cricket festival. Come down and enjoy it. On that one.
Wonderfully sweep there. Babazi continues to score some runs here.
Babazi, she's going at a lot better than runner ball, so dealing in boundaries. But again, they're taking a little bit of a chance, you know, again getting down in front of her stumps.
Well, this is going to be a
line there for that one. It was outside leg stump, so yeah, obviously got the line to play that shot.
It's going to be a key partnership here. The captain coming on here as well.
Consulate Aweko.
This two needs to push on for the Ugandans.
Yeah, and the required run rate is already at 8.1 to the over after 10 overs. But Pire, well, a good over, 5 runs, 1 wicket. And it just, you know, as if the singles have again dried up. Yeah. Marangi getting back, picking that one up. And Lovo, the left arm spinner. Oh, and it sounds like I heard a little edge on that, or maybe it was just hitting the ground. But they were all excited.
So overall, a four-woman spin attack. She drops that one. Good chance there, trying to...
Yeah, and she had it, and just as she was going to ground, popped out of her hands. Oh, just have a look at her there. Yeah, look at her there. She had it, and then just, yeah.
And this is the challenge here. If they're going to dry out the singles, very soon there's going to be a big shot and a possibility of a wicket.
Well, that one called wide. That was the arm ball. She just pushed it down the offside there. Good keeping. Good keeping to stop that from going down to the boundary for 5 wides. The bowling left arm over obviously is already coming at an angle. Oh, and a little bit of inside edge there. So only 3 runs of that over. Now 8.67 required of the over. 8.67.
Well, we're going to go for a commercial break here.
कितने पैसे चाहिए? पैसा नहीं इज्जत. मोहल्ले के चिरकुट लौंडे हरा रहे हैं फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स में. आप एक्सपर्ट हो, सिखाओ. सिखाऊंगा तो जाने दोगे?
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें.
Yeah, that better from Babazi, just down the ground for the single. And that's what they've haven't been doing this last couple of overs, is just hitting it down the ground, taking the single, pushing it into the gap and taking the single. Again, been looking for those bigger shots.
That's the mentality here. And it didn't help them yesterday. Not sure it's going to help them today either. Of course, we are near the Eros airport here. There's a lot of planes coming in this time of day.
Also taking off. That's a good looking shot through extra cover.
At least 2 runs here.
That Tiripano doing the fielding down there, picking it up. Cuts it down to 2. Oh, Piri, we're really excited about that one. The keeper not appealing at all. And normally that's a decent gauge when the keeper doesn't go up, but you know it's not hitting. Oh, Piri, again a good length line. Just getting a bit of turn back into the right-hander.
And of course, Aweko just eating up some deliveries here. Just not looking for the single at all. More trying to get the big shots. See there again.
Yeah, and that one, the outside edge.
Five runs of that one. Bring our scores to 55 for 4.
55 for 4 of 12 overs, so they now need to go at in excess of 8 runs to the over. Now, those of you just tuning in, maybe the Capricorn Women's Tri-Series from the CCD grounds in Windhoek. Zimbabwe batting first. Zimbabwe scoring 127 for 5. So 128 required to win. At this stage, Uganda 55 for 4, requiring 9.12 to the over.
So Marangi changing ends here. Precious Marangi.
Yeah, and the Zimbabweans sticking with spin.
They got 4 very good spinners.
Yeah, there again we see that that delivery just popping a bit. Oh, and again put down of her own bowling. Upset with herself.
She shouldn't be upset. Didn't look like an easy chance there. Hit hard.
Yeah, and only as a bowler, if you get your hands to it, then you expect to take it. Bowlers are always hard on themselves when they drop catches of their own bowling. I suppose you've got to be hard on yourself, otherwise you can't be hard on your fielders when they drop catches.
Last swing and a miss.
Yeah, Consulate Aweko, the captain.
Yeah, the captain, Trevor, once again, not looking for the singles at all, just looking for those big shots. And
she's obviously seen there's no sweeper, and no sweeper out here on the extra cover boundary, so she was looking to attack that area, the previous delivery. Better from her, down to long on, take the single.
Yeah, but she's denied Bambaza the strike.
That's right, yeah. But I see, yeah, also they just got to drop it down on the offside. Yeah, there's the fielders are right way back on the circle. Now she just opens her blade a little bit, plays it a little bit squarer, then it's a single, an easy single. So, but yeah, definitely the spinners in control here at this stage. Only 1 run of that over. Precious Murange. Precious Murange. She's now bowled she's now bowled 3 overs for 5 runs. So a great return at this stage from her. You see, and that is again we see the spinners just putting that little bit of pressure on the run chase. Just by keeping down the bowling a lot of dot balls, keeping down the run rate.
Michelle Mavanga Back into the attack now. And definitely not respite for the Ugandans here.
Now that one a little bit on the leg side. Well
And
played,
4 runs.
4 runs.
Much needed boundary here.
Now the captain, Aweku.
And let's not forget the Ugandans still a side that needs to push and learn a lot in this game. And really they have come here to put up a good fight against the 2 more experienced sides. That's a wicket. So Muvanga doing what she does, picking up another wicket here.
That's right, yeah, just bowling it straight there. The previous delivery was a bit, was trying down leg a bit. That one on the line of the stumps, well pitched up. Aweku playing over it, and another wicket down, so it's now 57 for 5.
Yeah, and it's very good for the Ugandans to come play against these more experienced sides here and learn a lot. Even for Capricorn Eagles, playing against Zimbabwe, it's definitely a big deal.
Yeah, obviously,
you know.
And that's the side they actually measure themselves against, because Zimbabwe, after South Africa, have definitely been ranked the highest of all the other African countries. And yeah, so those are the ones that the next in line. You want to at least get up to there, and then once you've got to that level, you obviously then start looking at what South Africa is doing, and you try and achieve that and get up to that level. You've always got to have goals, I think, in any sport, and definitely as a team, you've got to have a not maybe at rankings wanting to get up to a certain ranking, but getting up to the level of play of a certain side. Because if you get up to that level of play, then the rankings take care of themselves.
Yeah, so a very good learning curve here for the Ugandans.
And again, a good length. Vanga. She's gone for a couple of boundaries, but she's picked up 2 wickets. So she's definitely a strike bowler in this side.
That one given wide.
And that one looked to be bowled from quite a long way back. Nkomo again, they're in the field. Bit of a live wire this afternoon. Batted well, fielding well, took a great catch. Good bowler.
Well, I think the Zimbabweans were hiding their secret weapon from us.
Obviously, the whole squad must be able to play. Oh, and that's a good looking shot there. Babaza, yeah, straight back down the ground. That's Fiona Kulume, sorry. Musonda there doing the fielding. Zimbabwean captain.
It's not a bad over for the Ugandans there. 9 runs and 1 wide.
10 runs with a wicket. Yeah, that wicket just, I think, setting them back a little bit again. But Kulume coming in and playing a great shot straight down the ground. Yeah, so they're still batting, there's still life there. 6 overs left, 10.17 required to the over, so they have to go at 10 to the over. The problem with this is now if they're only going at 5s or whatever, that run rate increases really quickly at this stage.
And of course, this is the part where the experienced sides know how to bowl. They plan their bowling quite well. Mushengwe continuing into her third over now.
And that one hit down the ground to long on. That goes to the boundary, 4 runs. Babazi, as long as she's there, Uganda definitely still have a chance. Splitting the fielders down there.
She just needs to face more balls.
Big appeal from the bowler, given not out.
So after the boundary, 2 dot balls.
And that one not getting to the boundary and kept down to a single. So good fielding there from the Zimbabweans. That Tiripano again down at the backward of square boundary, making a lot of ground.
Well, end of the over, 5 more to go. And as you can see that, Trevor, the required run rate now gone up to 11.
11, that's right. Every time they don't get up there, it's increasing quite dramatically. Just look at that aeroplane taking off. Was that looked like almost like an aerobatic aeroplane? Maybe we're going to get some tricks done for us here this afternoon.
Well, looking at the colors, looks like it's sponsored by Richello.
Ngomo.
Well, if you look at the economy rate of most of these bowlers, it does tell you the story of this afternoon.
Yeah, 2.1 overs, 1 for 5. Oh, and that one over the stumps. Ngomo can't believe it. Yeah, that one, a variation. It looked like a cutter. A lot slower.
So just becoming more and more difficult for the Ugandans. 12.22 required per over now.
Nkomo now 4 dot balls. Yeah, she's definitely put her hand up here today, getting a chance, and batted really well. Has bowled well. 2.4 overs now, 1 for 5. Took a great catch. That played out here to the mid-wicket boundary, and it does reach the boundary, so it's 4 runs.
One thing we've seen about Mbabazi, if she hits it, it stays hit. Very strong.
That's right, yeah. Unfortunately, 1 or 2 boundaries to the over is now not enough anymore, so they've got to still take those singles. Have to take the singles and hit boundaries. You can't have 4 dot balls and expect to stay up with a 12, 13 required run rate. And that called no ball. It looked like she tried something else again there. Variation. Stepping over.
And now a free hit for the Ugandans. Looks like a little bit.
That was called on the return crease. I'm just having a look. Jeff Luck showing her down the side. If we could get a replay of that after this delivery, maybe we'll.
She does well with that no ball. So just 4 runs and a no ball. Takes the required run rate to 12.5. Chipare going to bowl the 17th over here.
Yeah, so the Zimbabweans sticking to form, using the seamers in the death overs. Yeah, and I just think we saw Uganda using spin until over 19, and that actually cost them at the end. That was a big over, that 19th over, bowled by the captain, Naweko.
And also, if you look at it here, the Zimbabweans using 7 bowlers overall, 4 spinners and the 3 seamers. It's quite a very balanced side.
Yeah, that one hit down the ground. Not carrying, and through for the single.
That one kept low. Dot ball.
Oh, and that one, she saw. She saw Marangi moving outside of her off stump and tried to bowl it a bit wider, but far too wide. Oh, she definitely bowls with a very slingy action, a very low arm. That again played uppishly. Nkomo doing the fielding.
Well, Trevor, I think it would be good to see if the Ugandans can even pass that 100 mark today. That would be something that they can actually look at and say, we have done a bit better today, and build from there going forward in this Capricorn's Women's Tri Series.
Yeah, they're definitely having a go. It's now the 17th over. Two deliveries left. And that one again staying a bit low just outside the off stump there. Yeah, Francisca Chipare using that wide delivery to good effect. Yeah, and that one again a dot ball, a slower delivery. Yeah, with that wide arm that she used, that low arm, very much in the mold of that great Sri Lankan Malinga. It's amazing that more bowlers haven't actually copied Malinga, but it's difficult to get that right and to still bowl the ball straight when you're bowling a round arm like that.
Yeah, even difficult for bowling coaches to teach it. I think
as a bowling coach, you can't really teach it. It's up to the bowler himself or herself to actually practice. To actually practice that, and that is the big thing about that. You've got to practice that skill. Obviously, a bowling coach can help you with certain aspects, getting your balance right and everything, but it takes a lot of practice, a lot of time. Marangi now from the that given wide. Yeah, Marangi now into a fourth over. That one played fine, and it gets to the boundary. Mbabaze definitely almost, I won't say fighting a lone battle here, but she's definitely been the mainstay of this Ugandan innings. 35 now from 32 deliveries.
Well, they should actually consider maybe moving her up the batting lineup here, because she has done quite well for them.
Well, look, she came in the top order anyway, so no, she comes in at number 3, number 4, so she's coming in quite high up. I think what they should consider is taking more singles and giving her more of the strike, because the other batters have given away far too many dot balls.
Well, Morange continues to cause some problems here for the Ugandans. And look at those figures. Just 11 runs conceded from 3.3 overs.
And that's with that boundary in this over. That one is going to the boundary again down leg. And again that same area, 4 runs. This time, Kulume. Yeah, you see her there. They were just missing leg stump, but she was getting across to the off stump and playing it down there. So 2 shots in that over to the boundary with the same delivery, same shot, same area. And that's the end of her spell. Well, she got one more delivery. Oh. Now that throw going to the wrong end, but Marangi at the end of it, 4 overs for 16 runs, going at 4 runs to the over.
So basically an economy of 4 runs per over. So just 12 more balls to go here. And 36, is that 36 required for a win? Yes,
36 required for the win, 2 overs, 18 runs to the over required. Yeah, obviously that last over going for 10, 11, still not enough. Hit powerfully down the ground, just the 1 run. Musonda doing the fielding. And unfortunately at this stage singles is not going to do it.
well, a lot of positive still for the Ugandans. Don't look like they're going to get bowled out here. And if they can reach that 100 mark, it will be the first time they've done that here during this tri-series.
I just think the one big difference with the Ugandans today was that their fielding fell a little bit flat towards the end. They got quiet in the field. You didn't see the same energy that we've seen the previous 2 games. That ball played uppishly out to mid-off.
Yeah, the previous 2 games they picked up quite a lot of wickets, and those wickets keep motivating them to be so loud in the field and so on. But today, just picking up 4 wickets, they were a bit low on energy. And of course, we see all the experience of the Zimbabweans as well.
Oh, and that outside edge goes to the boundary for 4. Babazi.
That brings them to 99 runs.
Yeah.
We're going to go for a quick commercial break.
पसीना तो छूटेगा ही और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है. Fasten up reload for instant hydration and instant energy.
So good.
महारती जी, फैंटेसी अखाड़ा में विदेश जाने का भी चांस है. अब सुनो, हम आपको जाने देंगे.
इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फौरन कैसे जाएंगे.
This is sports.
So Como will be bowling the last over.
और इसकी लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें.
Very cheeky there.
Yeah, looking to ramp that. Just missing the off stump, very close. Also just missing the bat. So it could have been out on a couple of fronts there, but yeah, in the end a dot ball.
Yesterday Zim won still. The last game yesterday.
Another dot ball.
Yeah,
Uganda is just looking for that 1 run to get to 100.
Yeah, almost a misunderstanding there. And that's played out to mid wicket. You're going to get the single, get the 100 on the board.
Well, good stuff for the Ugandans. Getting to that 100 mark. Improving day by day.
Oh, and that would have been close if she'd taken it and taken the bails off, but Mbabazi getting through safely, so her score now on to 42 from 36. So unfortunately now with only 2 deliveries left, that would have been very close. Only 2 deliveries left, she's not going to get to a 50, which would be a great milestone for her, I think. Oh, and again the top edge. It's a bit fortunate. The Ugandans been fortunate with a couple of edges these last couple of overs, which have helped them there with their run rate. But in the end, too little, too late. It's probably just helped them, made their score a little bit more respectable. And after the game, no one sees how the runs were made.
Definitely, Trevor. Final ball. And a wicket.
Ngoma now 2 wickets. So she's really put up her hand, and it's going to be difficult for the adjudicators selecting the player of the match. I think Nkomo must be one of the candidates. Bowled 4 overs, 2 for 16. Took this great catch that we saw here. With that catch, actually might just swing it her way, and then also had a great innings with a bat. So a great all-round performance from her.
Definitely, it's been her day.
Yeah, Myers, I think, also must be a candidate. Though she couldn't come out and field, but definitely played a good innings. A good knock from her. And, I don't think... Babazi also must be a candidate. 42 from 36. So good batting, but normally it would go to someone on the winning side. And I think also that probably if I was just giving it on my own, I would give it to Nkomo for a great all-round performance, runs, wickets, and a great catch.
Yeah, definitely, and also being her first game, so playing under these conditions, well done for her. And great game of cricket by these two sides.
Yeah.
Of course, tomorrow morning it's going to be all happening here. It's going to be the Capricorn Eagles up against the Zimbabweans. That's starting at 9:30. And in the afternoon 2:30 game, it's going to be once again the Capricorn Eagles playing the Ugandan side. We're going to go for a quick break, and after that we're going to have some interviews with the two captains and of course with the man of the match for this afternoon's game. So as the log stands currently, the Capricorn Eagles winning 2 games. At the same time, the Ugandans, Zimbabweans winning 2 games, and the Ugandans losing all 3 of their games. So interesting stuff here from CCD Cricket Grounds in Pioneers Park. What a game of cricket. A short break here.
ये पक्का अब सीख तो गए, अब तो जाने दो मुझे।
ठहर जाइए, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई तो कहाँ ढूंढेंगे आपको?
फैंटेसी अखाड़ा का 24/7 कस्टमर सर्विस है, आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करवा देंगे।
कल जाने देंगे।
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
पसीना तो छूटेगा ही, और सिर्फ पानी काफी नहीं है। फास्ट इनफ रीलोड फॉर इंस्टेंट हाइड्रेशन एंड इंस्टेंट एनर्जी।
महारती जी, फैंटेसी अखाड़ा में विदेश जाने का भी चांस है।
अब सुनो,
हम आपको जाने देंगे।
इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फौरन कैसे जाएंगे।
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
more runs than you would have liked today?
Yeah, they got some more runs compared to what we had planned against them, which wasn't bad because the wicket was a batting track.
Okay, so, and when you, probably also towards the end, your fielding just got a little bit flat. The other days, previous couple of games, you've been really up in the field and a lot of noise, but it just seemed to fall a bit flat there today.
Our fielding went low because of some of the few dropped catches, but we shall come back better.
Okay, no, wonderful, and good luck for tomorrow. You're
Thanks.
playing the second game tomorrow. Yeah, good luck. Have a good night's rest and a good rest, and we'll see you back tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.
And then the winning captain, Marianne. Marianne, batting probably all round a better performance. You didn't just rely on one player today.
Yeah, it's something we spoke about, just for everyone to contribute, and I thought everyone stepped up today, so I'm really proud of my team.
Yeah, and obviously Josephine, a great all-round performance. She scored runs, she bowled well, she was always asking questions of the batsman. And this catch here, it actually, I still said it looked like a superhero.
Yeah, I think all-rounders are special in any team, and we're proud of Josephine and her contribution today. I really think that catch was a match-winning catch.
That's right, yeah, no, well done to her. Well done to you as a team. Good luck tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Josephine. Josephine, yeah, well done to receive your prize there. Yeah, you came in today and showed us what you can do.
Yeah, I had a good day. I had a good day today. Just give thanks to the Almighty.
That's good. And tell me, when you came in, when you were batting there towards the end, you came in, looked to be just nudging around a bit at the start, but later when you got into it, did you find the wicket became easier to bat on?
Yeah, the longer you stayed out there, the better it became.
Oh, wonderful. And congratulations, great catch. Great all-round performance and well-deserved player of the match.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and from us in the presentation area and from the CCD grounds here in Pioneers Park, good evening to everybody. Have a great Friday evening, and we'll see you back early morning here at CCD for another good game of cricket.